I hope this is in focus. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Anya and today's video is the June update for the team project pan. And June is the 6th month of the year, which means it's the second quarter, which means I can swap products out. And I'm excited for that. I've been thinking about this for almost 3 months, let's be honest. And I've spent the majority of the day today prepping, trying to figure out what products I want to swap in, and I've been thinking about it for a couple of weeks. Since it is a quarter, I'm also going to take you through everything in the project. So I'm going to start with the stuff that I finished and also the stuff that I'm decluttering, because I have a pile. And then I have a couple of products that are going to go back into my collection but just out of the project pan. And then I'm going to go through everything else, both the stuff that doesn't have progress and the stuff that have. And in the end I'm going to introduce this, which there is a lot of products. If you can see a dog in the background, there's a dog in my room, and if she barks, I'm sorry. But I'm just gonna start because it's gonna be a long video. My basket of empties, not all of them are empty. I actually finished this primer today. It's the Decay eye primer. You could probably squeeze stuff out of here, but I'm done with it. I have gotten almost all of it out, and mine has been broken for like the entirety of the year pretty much. I like it, but this is very expensive and I have cheaper primers that I prefer, so I'm not going to repurchase that. I'm decluttering the Fenty matchsticks in Starstruck. This is the shimmery highlighter stick that I have. It's a pearly pink colour, but this just does not sit well on the skin. It's difficult to apply. It removes any product underneath it, and I've been playing with it and testing it to see if I have a way to use it. I just don't. So I'm going to get rid of it. I am keeping both of the other two colours in here though, because I can use those. I can't get that to work for me. I am also decluttering the No. 7 brow gel. Now, I introduced this into the project because this worked and the dog has decided to leave. For my brows it held a curl fairly well, and I've used solid like almost half of the tube. It's about there and down, that's all I have left. But this, I'm just not liking it anymore. It's not holding a curl anymore. It's not holding my brows up anymore. And I have brow gels I prefer, so I'm going to get rid of it. I feel very happy with how much I have used, and no doubt if I had chosen to continue using it I would have finished this in a couple of months. But I'm not interested in it anymore, and the only way I've been using it the last couple of days is literally just to brush up my brows before putting anything on my face, because this does nothing when I have anything in my brows, and I don't like it, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I am also decluttering the lip gloss in the project. This is the Mekka Soft Velvet Liquid Lipstick in Swigger Swag, which is a really pretty warm pink colour. It's usable. I just haven't used it that much. I've used this, I think, my goal was 50, I think I used it 21 times in total, and I'm just not interested. I don't mind this formulation. It is a very like full colour lip gloss, but I'm just not into it, and I don't like wearing these kinds of colours that much. So I'm going to get rid of it. I am also getting rid of my nude lip pencil. This is from H&M, their Lip Definer in Naturel. It's a pretty colour. I actually today, whilst swatching things, discovered that this is almost a dead-on dupe for Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury and Aquarius by Colourpop. I already have those two, and this is very dry. It's been like falling out of the tube for months, and I'm just going to get rid of it now because I don't want to play with it anymore, and my lips are really dry at the moment, so it's just not looking good. I'm going to get rid of my brow palette. I have used this twice in 6 months, so I'm not reaching for it. The colours, they're not the colours that I use in my eyebrows, so I'm not using it, and I'm not going to, so I'm going to get rid of it. I'm also decluttering both of my single eyeshadows. The L'Oreal one is in Over the Taupe, and it's a pretty sort of warmish browny taupe colour. It's a decent shadow. I'm just not reaching for it, so I'm just going to let it go because I have a lot of eyeshadow and I have others that I prefer over that one. And then I have one of my oldest shadows, which is from Makeup Store, and it's the Microshadow in Enamor, which is a taupe. And I have a love-hate relationship with this one. It is very, very old and difficult to apply now though, which is why I'm gonna let it go. I've had some fun times with it and it's really pretty, but it's becoming unusable. I'm also getting rid of my Maybelline Master Conceal. This is also getting very old, and I've just noticed over the last couple of times where I've tried to use it that it's just not behaving the same that it did. when it was new, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I hit my goal on the Sleek Matte Me Metallic, which was my other's lip colour. It's a metallic liquid lipstick and it has a sort of taupey brownie base with like pink and gold shimmer. I don't like it. And my goal is to use it 20. I did that. I finished it this month a couple of days ago, and I've honestly just been using it to use it. And I have already decluttered my other one of this because it had a different shade. I just don't like metallic lips on me, so I'm happy to see that go. I am getting rid of both of my colour correctors from Mekka, the creamy colour correcting concealers in Lilac and Peach, because these are smelling weird. And I have multiple shades, and actually when I went to look today, another one of these had gone bad, so I have two that are okay, but these just, they don't smell nice. And the Lilac one also looks like it's starting to separate, so I'm just going to get rid of them. They are a very good formulation of concealer, and I like, colour corrector, and the pink colour, which is going to come into the project, is one I like a lot, and I might repurchase in the future if I finish it. My NYX Vivid Brights Vivid Violet Purple eyeliner has dried up, and I can't get it to transfer onto my eyes, so that's going to go in the bin. And I'm going to get rid of my two red lip products. So my MAC Lip Pencil in Cherry is very old, I'm going to get rid of it. I'm also going to get rid of the L'Oreal lipstick in Blake's Pure Red. I have been using it, and I have gotten, I think, 6 or 7 uses out of my goal, which was 20. Same for the lip liner. But when I went to play around with products that I potentially was going to declutter, actually, I found a sheer red lipstick that I was 99% sure I was going to just throw out after I put it on. But I decided to try it on anyway just to see, and I fell in love. So that's going to come in place of this, because that too is old, but this is older. And that just gave me the push I needed to just finally let this go. I already have a dupe that I really like, which is the Lisa Eldridge lipstick in Velvet Ribbon. I am decluttering the Metal Moments glitter eyeliner from Makeup Mekka in Silver City because I haven't used it once. It's been in here for 6 months and I haven't used it once. I will most likely end up getting rid of most of the glitter liners here because some of them are starting to separate. This one looks fine but smells horrific, so it's gonna go. The final items I'm decluttering are all powder products. I'm going to get rid of my powder bronzer, which is actually a powder foundation, because it is a powder foundation and I can only use this lightly, and when I use this lightly it just looks patchy, so I'm going to get rid of it. I have this in my shade and I love that, but as a bronzer it doesn't work. I'm also getting rid of my powder, and I sat thinking about this a lot. My goal hasn't been to hit pan on this since I brought it in, but in the last couple of months I've just hated this more and more. I haven't used it in, I probably think, the last month and a half, 2 months, because it gives my skin a white cast and it just looks patchy. So I'm going to get rid of it because it just does nothing for me. And my final 2 items that I'm decluttering are the blush and the bronzer highlighter that I have here. This is the Milani Baked Blush in Bella Rosa, and it is a, if I can open it, it's a bright pink, and I've been pairing this with the Maybelline Master Highlighter in Light Bronze because this has a golden undertone. It is also too dark for me as a highlighter, but pairing them makes this blush more peachy looking and just gives my cheeks a really nice glow. But I already have products that do that in one, instead of having to battle with 2, because I always over apply this and it always ends up looking too much. So I'm going to get rid of both of them. I can't really use this on its own and I don't like it that much on its own. And then the 3 products that are going to go back into my collection is the Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in Drift. I have hit pan on this. I did want to make this a little bit bigger, but I am not reaching for this kind of colour right now. So I'm going to put this back into my collection. I am bringing in a couple of other shadows. I really like it though. This is the colour that I was like, am I going to declutter it? Am I going to keep it? Ended up using it one day. Loved it. So I'm going to keep it. But it's just not a colour that I'm reaching for at the moment. So it's going to go back. And I'm also going to put back both of my mini bite lipsticks. So I have Sake, which is a cool toned purpley mauvey kind of colour. And very pretty. And these are amazing on the lips. They feel really nice and nourishing, but they don't really go anywhere. And Rhubarb is a bit more, I don't know, reddy, purpley mauve. They're very similar. Sake is a little bit lighter. I like them, but I'm gonna put them back. Then I have this, and I have actually been doing fairly well. I feel like I have, at least. So for everything in here that I have progress on, I'm gonna have to be looking down at my computer because I can't remember things. I'm actually just gonna go from the top of the list and down because it's going to be easiest. So for my primers, the Mekka First Light Priming Filter was one I wanted done this month, but I have barely worn makeup. So, but I did manage to lose another gram or 2 of this. My scales are tipping today when I measured it, so I'm not sure if it's going to say 10 or 11 on the picture, but it's 10 or 11 grams down from 12. I like it a lot. I'm going to finish it soon. And the Rimmel Fix and Perfect primer has lost 2 grams. I'm not loving this. I feel like it's just an added bit of moisture to my skin, and my moisturizers can do that better than this. This also has some like smoothing qualities that I think like silicone in here is doing, but I'm not loving it. I contemplated taking this out because for a couple of days I thought this might be breaking me out, but I'm still not sure that it is this. So I'm going to try it again, but if my breakouts get worse after this, it's going to go, because then it's the cause, or part of the cause. But I made 2 grams of progress. It's now 30 down from 32. My collection Lasting Perfection Colour Corrector in green has no progress. I've been using it here and there, but I find that this doesn't really fit me now in the summer. I was contemplating swapping this out for my Makeup Mekka green colour corrector for like the next 3 months when I'm going to have a little bit more of a tan, because this makes me look ghostly when I have a tan. And yeah, I'm not really going to see probably a lot of use over the next couple of weeks, but I'm just going to leave it in here because I didn't want to make that switch. The It Cosmetics CC Cream has lost another gram. I remember using this one day when it was like 30 degrees outside as my additional face SPF. Whee! Yeah, I still feel the same about this as I've done all the time. It's sort of okay, but it held up fairly nicely on my sweaty face in 30 degrees for an entire day. I'm talking like 10 hours. Taking it off, it looked heavy, but I'm not surprised. I'm more surprised that it was actually still on my face, and it was, so you know, it's not horrible. And I'm starting to like it more and more when as the weather gets warmer, because my issue with this is that it just emphasizes the texture and everything. But now that the weather is warmer, it sits a bit nicer on my skin. But this now weighs 44 grams down from 45. My Fenty Match Sticks in Linen, which is my foundation shade, has lost 0.2 centimeters. It's now 1.8 down from 2. It's a tiny bit of progress. I've been using it I think once or twice, and I don't hate it, which is why it's been allowed to stay. And I think I'm going to be able to finish it. It is not as much coverage as I would have liked for a product that I can really only use with my fingers, but mixing it with other products I can get this to look nice, and that's just how it's going to continue. My Makeup Mekka HD setting powder, the loose one in Angel Pink, has seen a little bit of use but no progress yet. I have actually been using this a lot recently, and I've been really liking how it looks and how light it is. And I think now that I have a bit of a tan, I'm actually not seeing this darken my face as much as it used to, so I'm going to keep using it, and I like it. I'm actually kind of considering trying to press a tiny bit of that into a pan to see how it works pressed, because I like it so much. But I find loose powders a little bit difficult to work with because it's just messy. My other Fenty Matchsticks, this is in Amber, has lost 0.1 of a centimeter. It's getting there. I contemplated getting rid of this one today, and I ended up not, because the product that I'm going to add in is going to work mixed with this, and it's going to just make the colour a little bit better for my skin, but I am going to keep this in here. My Wet n Wild contour kit has not seen progress, at least not in weight form, and I haven't really used it much. I've been more into cream products recently, but it's going to stay, and I think I might be able to hit pan on the bronzer since I'm not adding in a powder bronzer. I've taken one out. I'm not going to add any in because this one works really well. My setting spray has lost 5 grams of product. I use this almost every time I do my makeup. It is one of my favourite ones, and it sucks that removal is not cruelty free, but I'm going to keep using it and I really like it, and it works both great at keeping like cream products on my face as well as powder products when it's really warm outside. But I'm going to keep using it because I really like it. My Artica Cream Shadow Stick is almost empty. I wanted to finish this for this update, but I haven't been able to, but it has 0.4 centimeters left. It's tiny, it's tiny. I definitely think if I keep wearing the same makeup that I've been wearing recently, which is this on the eyes, and then just similar cheek products, cream bronzer, cream blush, I'm gonna be done with it by next month. But I've been really enjoying a rose gold eye recently because it's light while still having some colour. I think it really suits my eye colour and it's just nice for the summer. My Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette, I've only really expanded the pans on the gold shade as well as the rose gold. I have not touched that brown shade really at all. I don't really use the bottom one. I'm going to keep using it. I'm going to keep it in here until I've hit pan on all four, and I've only got like one shade left. So it will be done. My mascara, which is the Isadora Build Up, has no progress. I've been using it and I've been enjoying it, but I do have to be careful. Yes, I just sniffed it, that's how I tell. I have to be careful about this because this transfers onto my lower lash line if I'm not setting my concealer or colour corrector underneath that. So I haven't really been reaching for it all that much because I've been enjoying just not setting it. But this does transfer into, like, on the outer corner onto my skin, which I don't love, but it is still absolutely usable, and I'm gonna keep using it whenever I want to and whenever I'm not setting my face. I'm going to do my pencil liners together. The Rimmel Scandalize in Nude has no progress. I've been wearing it a couple of times and I really like it. And the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in dark brown also has no progress. Again, I've been using it a couple of times. I haven't sharpened any of them though, which is why I think I have no progress to show. But I'm close to sharpening the nude one since I only use a little bit at a time, so progress will hopefully be there for next month. For my liquid liners, the Fenty Fly Liner does not have progress. I was originally gonna let go of this today, but I'm gonna keep going. Because it's still creamy and, you know, easy to apply and smells fine and everything, and hasn't irritated my eyes when I've used it. So I'm going to hold on to this. I haven't been using liner all that much. I don't really do liner that often. I'm not very good at it. But I'm going to keep it in here for a little bit longer because it is still usable. And my candy liners from Makeup Mekka, my purple one has been used once and has lost a gram. It's now 8 grams down from 9, and it's really nice. And I wore this once just for like a pop of colour for just a light makeup day. I like it. The pink one, which is bubblegum, has no progress and I haven't used it, but I'm going to keep it in here because they're cute. My Gosh Chocolate Kiss lip liner has no progress. I haven't used it since last time. I'm going to keep it in here though, just to see if I can finish it. My Makeup Mekka lip pencil in the shade number 5 was one I wanted to finish this month, because I used to pair this with the Sleek metallic lipstick, but I haven't. I've been wearing the Sleek liquid lipstick on its own without anything underneath it just to use it up. So I haven't used this much, but I'm going to continue using it. It has got 2.2 centimeters of progress because I used it a couple of times and I like it. And I like it enough to keep using it on its own, so it's going to stay. My nude lipstick, which is the Rimmel Lasting Finish by Kate in the shade 42. I've used it once. My goal is 50, but it has no weight progress. My Colourpop liquid lipstick has not seen progress since last time I used it, and I was contemplating getting rid of it, but I want to give it one more shot, so I'm going to hold on to that. My pink Revlon Colour Burst has been used once, and I love this so much. It's probably my favourite colour of lip product to wear. It looks really like intimidating in the tube, but it goes on a bright pink, and I like it, and it stains. Now I'm gonna have a stain on my arm, and it's just really nice and pretty on the lips, so I'm gonna keep that in here. It has lost 0.2 centimeters, so that's nice knowing. My Clinique Chubby Stick Intense in Hefty Hibiscus has been used 2 times out of 20 and is now 1.7 down from 1.95. It's a pretty colour. I'm going to continue using it. And the final item in here is the Maybelline Baby Lips in Coffee Mekka. This is just a light pink nudie kind of colour. I have been using this as blush again because I don't like this on the lips, and it's now 2.6 centimeters down from 3. I definitely think I'm going to be able to hit my goal on this till next time, and I might, because my goal is to use half and it was 3.5 centimeters when it was full, so I'm almost at my halfway mark, but I might choose to hold on to it. I'm gonna see how I go. And now comes the fun part of introducing the new stuff. Since it is summer and it's been really warm, I'm gonna add a mattifying primer in. This is the Cover FX mattifying primer. This was their old packaging and this is a mini. I've used this once or twice and I really liked it, and it wasn't like drying mattifying on the skin, which I appreciated. So I want to play around with this summer because it's been so hot. So hot. So that's going in, and that weighs 25 grams. My Makeup Mekka colour corrector in pink is also going in. This weighs 18 grams. This is on the point of potentially going bad soon because it doesn't smell exactly like the green one, which is the one I've been measuring all of them against, because that one still smells and works fine. But it smells not exactly like that, but it does not smell like the ones that I'm decluttering because they've gone off. But because it doesn't smell the same, I'm going to use this for as long as I can until it starts going bad. And this is probably my perfect colour in terms of like under eye correcting, because it is very light and I can actually almost wear this as a concealer. But it's just enough for the blue parts in the inner corner. So I'm going to be using this. For powder, I am bringing back my Wet n Wild Photo Focus in Warm Light as my like glowy pressed powder. This was too dark for me when I tried it in January, and I have a tiny bit of a tan now, so I'm going to see if this is workable now. If it's too dark, I'm going to declutter it, but I want to give it a go. And my matte powder is the It Cosmetics by Pores Pressed. I don't really like this. It just doesn't really work that well for me, and it just emphasises texture again, but I do want to finish it, so I'm gonna just play around and see how I feel. The Wet n Wild powder weighs 41 grams and the It Cosmetics weighs 69. And for my blush, I contemplated adding in my Tarte blush, which is a colour dupe for the Milani but less intense. But I'm going to add in the Balm's Hot Mama instead, because it is a colour that I'm much more likely to wear, especially now when it's warmer. I'm reaching much more for these types of more peachy colours. And this is a pinky peachy base with a lot of gold shimmer. I really like it, but I have other blushes that are similar colours that I prefer. So I'm just going to see how I fare with this one. And it weighs 44 grams. My goal is to hit pan. And then my highlighter is the Makeup Mekka Baked Highlighter in Illuminate Me. It is kind of like a marble pattern of a sort of a bronzy, a gold and a white shade. And it is very pretty. It's like a light gold colour. And on me during the winter, it's the one underneath the lipstick swatch, this is way too dark, but playing with this and swatching it today, it actually looks like it's going to suit me fairly well now that it's warm and I've spent some time outside. So I'm going to give it a go and see. And this weighs 58 grams. For my cream highlighter, I'm going to add in this Rimmel Insta Duo Contour Stick. I'm going to add in both sides. So the bronzer looks like this, and it's a little bit warm toned, and the highlighter is like a light champagne-y kind of colour. My goal is to use both of them up essentially, and this bronzer shade I tried mixing it just for fun because I swatched it next to the Fenty shade, and the Fenty one is too cool toned for me, and I swatched this next to it and ended up swirling them together, and that tone ended up being very flattering on me. So that's going to be how I'm going to be using both of those, I think. I can also wear the bronzer side of this as a bronzer, not as a contour. And I think I'm going to be able to wear the highlighter as a highlighter. But I'm going to see how they apply on the face, since I actually haven't used this before. For brow products, I am now down to only 2 brow gels, so I'm not going to add any in. I'm just going to have fun using them. But I'm going to add a pencil, and this is the BH Cosmetics Studio HD Brow Pencil. in Auburn, and I did a review of 5 different brow pencils a couple of weeks ago. This was one of them, and this was my least favourite of the bunch because it was the least red. So I want to finish it, and I'm putting it in here as like an easy product for me to finish hopefully by next month, because I just want it gone. I'm not reaching for it, I don't like it. I just want this gone. It's 1.4 centimeters, so it isn't a lot. For my eye primer, I am trying a new one. I haven't actually used this before. This was in my shop, my stash, for me to use to test for this purpose before putting it into the project, but I just never got around to it. It's from Wonder 2. Their Prime and Behold Professional Primer for Colour Cosmetics. It can be used on both lips and eyes, I think. I'm going to use it as an eye primer most of the time, I think. And it has like a slight sheen to it, almost like a... That was a horrible swatch by me, but it's like a bluey sheen. So it's going to be interesting to see how this applies to the eyes. This weighs 21 grams. I'm going to add in another Stila Glitter and Glow Mini. This is in the shade Smouldering Satin. It's a taupey brownie shade with a lot of gorgeous silvery glitter, but it's drying out. I've tested multiples of them. I've taken the stopper out, so it's very messy. I just want to get a couple of uses out of this before it becomes unusable. It's gonna have to happen in the next couple of weeks, I think, because it's drying up fairly quickly. But I do love these Stila Glitter and Glows, so I don't think it's gonna be difficult. But it weighs 18 grams, I just have to remember to use it. Then I'm adding in 3 Colourpop Super Shock shadows here. I'm adding in the shade Super Hardcore. This weighed 18 grams and it's like a light gold colour. I'm adding in the shade Sundance, which is almost like a rose gold and a copper kind of had a baby type colour. It's very, very pretty and I like it a lot. This weighs 19 grams. And then I have Lightning Bug, which is 18 grams and it's a copper, but it's really like flaky and glittery and kind of sheer and base. So this on top of Sundance is like gorgeous, and I just want to play around with them because rose gold and copper are the kind of shades that I've been reaching for lately, and the Super Shock formula is my favourite eyeshadow, so I'm excited for that. And then for eyeshadow palette, I'm not adding in any powder singles. I'm going to add in a brow palette, but not for brows, for eyeshadow, because I don't like this as a brow palette. The colours are not for me at all, so I want to test these as eyeshadows. I have 2 colours of this. This was from Eyelure in collaboration with Fleur de Force. So I have the light shade here. It has a cream colour on one side and then it has a split pan of like a light yellowish brown and a little bit of a deeper, more neutral greeny brown. My goal is going to be to hit pan if I can do that. If I find that I can't use these, I'm going to declutter it. But I want to see if I have a use for them, otherwise I'm going to let go of both the ones I have. And I completely forgot to talk about my concealer. I just skipped over it. I'm adding in the Collection Lasting Perfection. I have the shade Fair. This is okay to me. I've noticed that this tends to oxidize. It gives me about medium coverage, but it's usable. And I like how it looks on the skin, but it's not a favourite. Collection, as far as I know, is also not cruelty free. So I want to get this out of my stash. It's also a couple of years old and I've been using it for a couple of years, so I want to see if I can pan this, and it weighs 12 grams. I'm adding in 5 different lip liners. So for my nude category, it's the Makeup Mekka lip liner on point in the shade number 3. It is 2 centimeters and it's a really pretty brownie nude. It has more of like a brown neutral undertone versus more of a pink or a peach, which I don't like. It's going to be easy to use up and I'm excited for that, because I love that one. For my mid-tone lip liner, I'm actually adding in a Wet n Wild one, and this is the size of my face and it is longer than the notepad that I use to mark these things on. So I want to use half of this. This is 17.5 centimeters long. So my goal is 8.8. That's sort of roughly half. It's a little bit more, but it was easiest to mark. 8.8 versus 8.75. So I measured 8.8 on the page, so I want to use up everything that is measured. Not sure how I'm going to fare with this. From memory, because I've only used this a couple of times, this is a fairly thick formulation, so it's one that I can wear on its own, and I like wearing lip liners on their own. So we're going to see how I fare with it. For my red, I'm adding in the Makeup Mekka lip liner in the shade number 9. It has more of a pinky undertone, and I think that's going to work better with the red lipstick that I'm adding in, which is a bit more sheer. I have actually not used that this year, so this is completely brand new. It's 2.3 centimeters. I like the formulation a lot, as I've said, and I think it's just going to work better. For my orange lip liner, I haven't had one of those, but I have only got one and I want it gone. It's the Maybelline Gigi Hadid from the Duo in the shade Austin. I've used this and this is very thick and I can't wear a product on top of it because it's too thick. This is like a lipstick for me, so I'm going to use it as a lipstick because I tried it underneath the Clinique Chubby Stick and it was just way too heavy on my lips. But I want it gone, so I'm going to try and finish it. I'll most likely finish that before I finish the Clinique one, but we will see. And then my final one here is technically a purple, but it's under the others category because the purple one is already occupied by the Mekka one. This is from Barry M and it's the lip liner in Crush. I'm going to be adding in the liquid lipstick as well from this because this was in a set. But it's like a lightish purple. It's over there. It's really pretty. I haven't used it, so I do want to play around and see how I feel about it. For my lip gloss, I'm adding in another one of the Soft Velvet liquid lipsticks. This is in the shade Rocket, which is much more muted versus Swigger Swag. They look very similar, but Rocket is a little bit more cool toned, a little bit more muted, and easier for me to wear. So the goal is to use this 50 times. If I don't like it, I'm going to get rid of them because I don't have patience for it if I don't like them. But I want to give it a shot. 50 times is the goal and it's 21 grams. And then for my lip colours. For my mid-tone, replacing one of the Bite lipsticks, I have this Isadora Twist Up Matte Lips in Majestic Mauve. This is very old. It is also one of my favourite lip products. So I want to use, I think, half of this if I can. This is 2.9 centimetres, so about 1.5 centimetres is my goal. I love this colour though, it's super flattering and it's super easy to wear. It's very close to my natural lip colour, it's just a touch darker, so I'm excited to wear that. My red lip colour is this lipstick from Flower Beauty and it is the Lip Butter. This is from 2015, so it is old. They don't have this anymore, I think, but it is just really pretty. I'm running out of space, but it's like a warm red, but it's slightly sheer and it's glossy, super comfortable on the lips, and I really liked the time I wore it. My goal is to use half of this and it's 2 centimetres, so I think that's not going to be difficult because it is such a creamy formulation and I really liked wearing it, so I'm going to have fun with that. My purple lip colour is the Matte Me Up Matte Liquid Lip Paint from Barry M in Crush. It's the combo to the lip liner that I swatched earlier, and I just swatched this on top and it's the exact same colour. This smells like cake. And no, it smells like yogurt in a good way. It smells like melon yogurt. It's really, really nice. But I haven't used this, so I want to give it a go. And then my others lip category, I ended up with this. This is my Rimmel Stay Matte liquid lip colour in Blue Iris, and yes, it is a dark blue. I want to use it. I want to have fun with it. It weighs 18 grams. My goal is to finish it, but I'm just going to play with it for a couple of months to see how I feel. I generally do like blue lipstick. I have a bullet lipstick that is blue that I got as a Christmas gift, and I think they're kind of fun colours to wear, so I'm excited. And that was it. This took me a long time. I hope the video is understandable and fun. If you're doing the project pan, tell me how you're doing down in the comments below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!